Nobody could guard me. I ruin they plans. I do what I want. They do what they can. Got it on smash. Put on the gas. I will not crash. 100 yard dash. 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 They slept on the team that they owe me. I need a ring and a trophy. I say I'm the best cause I am. There's no need in keeping it low-key. I can carve up the D like a turkey or run straight through the D like a train. This year we ain't taking no losses. It's all about making the game. I hear a lot of trash talk. You call us up making a name. I put on the Jets. The coach regret even letting them stay in the game. Team morale took a tumble. Next time be humble. I'm the lion in the jungle. You just trying not to fumble. Rumble, young man, rumble. Never slip nor stumble. I take off, poof, magic. Now watch me juke through the traffic. Footwork fantastic. Dominating every facet. Treat the pocket like plastic. Here come the blitz, pass it. Got it on smash. Put on the gas. I will not crash. 100 yard dash. 100 yard dash. 100 yard dash. 100 yard dash. 100 yard dash.
Right at the convergence of the Three Rivers on Art Rooney Drive, we welcome you to Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Seattle Seahawks and the Pittsburgh Steelers. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Now a man who really stepped up last year. This is Matt Breida. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight-ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
He's enjoying things.
A big seam, and he might go all the way. And he takes it down deep into Pittsburgh territory. It's a big play there for Seattle. 42 yards.
First down.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Now Allen. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Nigel Bradham. And a short return will be stopped inside the 10 at the 8-yard line. Last week, somehow they won. He threw all those picks, but they still won. Here, opening drive, unfortunately, he picked up where he left off.
Partner, you get a lot of extra patience when you find a way to win despite you making mistakes. But starting out again this game, that patience is going to wear thin really quick. And I think the guys on the defensive side of the ball will be the first ones to let him know that's got to stop.
Marcus Davenport there to take him down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Draw play. This is Henry. And he takes this just about a yard shy of the 20. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
A solid run by Derrick Henry, and here's another first and 10. Now they'll run it on the toss. Trying to turn the corner, but he's going to be stopped right near the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
No gain on the play.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Now they'll throw with Rodgers. In trouble here, and And down he goes, back at the 8-yard line. Vita Vea breaking through to get the sack. And, Charles, part of the reason they lost last week, they didn't have a single sack. Well, they changed that quickly.
But did they ever? And it was something they talked about with us extensively. They needed to get pressure. How were they going to get to the quarterback? Obviously, they schemed themselves into a great play, didn't they?
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Hey, check 26. Hey, check 26.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. He'll get this to his speedster, Paul Richardson. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. That one goes for 29 yards on 3rd down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays.
I don't believe that this opening drive is surprising to either one of us after the time we spent with the coaching staff and players prior to the game. What about you?
Absolutely. Not only that, but that big article in the paper this morning about their philosophy on starting games like you're shot out of a cannon, and that's what they've done. Very methodical here on this first drive.
Yeah, so many teams talk about that fast start. We're actually seeing it happen right here in front of us.
But now the kicker. Can they cap it off by putting the ball in the end zone? Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
Green 18.
50 to Mike. 50 to Mike. Hey, watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Green 18.
Now a man closing in on 15,000 career rush yards, Frank Gore. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. Partner, on my spot sheets, I highlighted turnover margin because we remember they turned it over 4 times last week. So another one here in the first quarter. This isn't the way they want to go.
No, not even close, and it's not something they even imagine because the amount of time that we know that they spend in practice talking about what they need to get done, working on it, showing them how to take care of the football, and emphasizing what it means in terms of winning. They got to just be puzzled right now that they're not taking care of the ball better.
And the Steeler pressured too much here. He's going down. That's sacked by Khalil Mack.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The first look at the NFL scoreboard comes from the Motor City. It's the Lions that have grabbed the early lead. Rodgers now on 1st down. They go with a screen to Gore. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on 1st down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, you're throwing it at the feet of your back to make sure no one picks it off, or you throw it away, throw it over the sideline. Don't try and freelance and try and make a bigger play. There's really no one else running a pattern that should be open.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Working from the gun. Rodgers under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. The sack there by Roquan Smith. We're scoreless after one. Second quarter action from Pittsburgh. It is the Steelers in control of the football. They are, however, facing a fourth down situation. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. He'll field this at the 5. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And the results for them have not been strong to this point. 2 drives have ended in a turnover and then a punt.
So would it be too snarky for me to say that they've shown improvement? Because you had two drives with turnovers. Now they punted it away, so at least they didn't turn it over. So that's good, right?
You're going to get some angry users reaching out to you on social media.
Well, I don't mean to be. I was actually looking for the positive. Silver lining, you know.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. To throw again. Allen. Buying time to his left. Throw left side, caught by the tight end, Njoku. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 19 yards the pick up there. Move the chains. First down, and they're going to throw with Allen. He'll get this one complete to Zay Jones. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
First down, Seattle.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. On first down, here's Breida. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event.
And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. As his guys are in for 6. As his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he'd taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And things haven't started so well for this side. 2 drives, 2 punts.
So now you've got to start looking not just at play calling, but which guy's going to step forward and say, okay, let's get this thing done. Because within that unit of 11, sometimes one guy can make a big-time play and break through the barrier.
At the 20-yard line.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. On play action, now Rodgers. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Josh Gordon, the intended receiver. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
I know the initial focus was on how far that pass was downfield, but how about the coverage on the play? Able to stay with him, get his hands where the receiver's hands were going to try and catch the ball, tips it up in the air, and knocks it away.
Now Rodgers. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off by the long time. Now a loose football. The ball comes out. And nothing but daylight ahead. And he's in for 6 and a Steeler touchdown. Paul Richardson. His first touchdown of the new season. As they are now on the board here in the first half. Gold with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. Well, some might have returned that one. He won't. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start the drive from the 25. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
Second and 13. Allen. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kenny Moore. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
No gain on the play there. Second down. It's rare that a man his size can at least push forward for a yard, but they stopped him there for nothing.
You're talking about Tiny? You're talking about the little guy back
Tiny.
there? That monster. Yeah, you're exactly right. And it takes a group effort to get a guy like that down and not let him find some space. The first guy in, he's got to take one for the team, right? Because he's just waiting there and holding eye for everyone.
Derrick Henry all alone. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Derrick Henry. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Steelers have taken the lead. Gold able to tack on the extra point. And that makes the score 14-7. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. That 7-0 lead of theirs is short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Allen. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. 12 yards there and a first down. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff.
Yeah, when we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time. Really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. The rookie DK Metcalf, the intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down.
Mike 5-4. I'm scared. Mike 54.
Allen to throw again. Flush to his right. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. Throwing is Allen on 3rd. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And that'll be incomplete. Now, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty. And it's 4th down.
Another dangerous throw there, partner. I mean, he's already thrown 2 interceptions here in the first half. I don't know if you want to keep throwing up 50-50 balls when you've had that kind of lack of success.
Yeah, absolutely. Very well could have been a 3rd interception in half number 1.
The Steelers take over first and 10.
Let's go.
Their own 14-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked up by Justin Reed. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
At the 35-yard line.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. So after the INT, it's Allen. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot.
And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. DK Metcalf. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. As they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Tie ball game, still a little more than a minute to go in the half. The question, can they put something together here, try to take that lead into intermission?
I would have to think that would be the goal for sure. I don't think you sit on anything here. Here's your opportunity. Push it downfield. As you mentioned, it's a tie game. So minus a disaster on your part, you've got that in your back pocket. Go ahead and try and get some points and feel great going into the half.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. Now Rodgers going to throw again. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Marcus Davenport, the first rounder out of UTSA with a sack. The Steelers on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and forever. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll lose yardage and be down at the 7-yard line. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Here's Sam Cook now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Now a hit and a loose football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. 20. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A big play there. His first touchdown of the new season as his guys are able to regain the lead. Gold with the extra point, and the lead is now 21-14. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 20.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Inside of a minute left in the half. Does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do? And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. Khalil Mack picks up his second sack of the afternoon. Another try after the first down sack. Allen, he's going to go for a bit. He's got a man complete. The 20, 10, and he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. DK Metcalf in the final seconds of the first half as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. Short kick. One of the up middle take it now. So thanks to the late touchdown, it's a tie ball game here heading to break. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. Derrick Henry. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Justin Reed, the safety, made the tackle. The free safety roaming all the way up to the line of scrimmage to make that stop.
How about his ability to trust his eyes and figure out it was not a pass play and go fast towards the line of scrimmage in order to make that tackle?
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. Over the middle, complete. That's Richardson. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. What a play that turns out to be, 36 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
To throw, it's Rodgers. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked out and incomplete. Denzel Ward, Pro Bowler as a rookie, there to bat that one away.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
Rodgers again here on 2nd and 10. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
Let's go.
And again, it's Rodgers. And that will be incomplete. Give credit to K.J. Wright. He was disrupting defensively.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just one target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him. Find him.
On is the punter, Cook, who sends it away.
Good work, boys. Let's go. Let's go.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Their defense did its job, yielded no points. Now it's the offense's turn.
And how much fun is that when you set things up to start a half, and you just tell you guys, hey, if you can shut them down, get it back for our offense, we can roll. And they played out perfectly. Now, can the offense do what they wanted to do at the half, which is find those weaknesses and now attack them and score some points.
And break this tie. They run with Breida. It was Jason Pierre-Paul who was able to get him down.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
From the 36, Allen. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Allen now 9 of 17 through the air. Breida, he'll try the right side. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. It's a gain of 12, first down Seahawks. Good push up front, and that run in between the tackles.
Let's play the leverage game here. Offensive line just got lower than the defensive front, and they were able to get their pads on them and move them backwards.
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked up by the all-pro corner, Josh Norman. And he will bring this across midfield to the 49-yard line. Wow, between last week and this week, that's now 8 interceptions. 5 a week ago, now 3 here.
But he is so lucky that one of the defensive coordinators I played for, a man named Ken Donahue, is not there right now. Because he saw that happen during his coaching career, and he grabbed the quarterback in the midst of a streak like this and said, tell you what, son, why don't you throw it to the defensive guys, and let's see if our receivers can intercept it.
Well, he's got to figure something out because the current formula is not working.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They'll run it again with Henry. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a third down.
319.
Get in the weight room. Get in the weight room.
Yeah, live.
Throwing is Rodgers on third down. It's brought in by Dodson. The Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards.
And the key number on that play, 3. Third play of the drive, third down, spectacular catch, turns into a first down.
First down saves them from a 3 and out. Rodgers now on first down. Over the middle here to Rudolph. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Rodgers going to throw. And Rudolph has it, the tight end. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain. Well, it's caught on the right side of Smith. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. 11 more on that one, and another first down.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move.
And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Derrick Henry with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game, as his guys have now moved out in front. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and they will take a 7-point lead. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. That'll be complete to Breida. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. Back now in Pittsburgh. It's the Seahawks with possession of the football, but they do trail here to begin quarter number 4. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3 on second down, a run with Breida. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Come on, fellas.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Here's Allen. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Allen's throw is complete, and he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. To the shotgun snap to Allen. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by the all-pro corner, Josh Norman. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now, that's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. The safety, Keanu Neal, there to make the tackle.
2 yards on the
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around the training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
The old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach? He's in big trouble.
Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out.
A first down carry for Henry. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Calling a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12.
2nd and 12.
From the gun, it's Rodgers. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42.
Brandon, more often than not, you'd say they've had his number, and we can count them up so far. 1, 2, 3, 4 sacks given up. But guess what? He's still been able to make some plays, and right now they have a lead.
Hey, Echo.
On 3rd and long, it's Rodgers. Henry's got it out on the left side. Oh, he sheds himself free. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Well, probably the only thing he did wrong there was go out of bounds, nursing this 4th quarter lead. You want to stay in, eat the clock.
Yeah, you got to love the effort, the catch, the extra yardage, but you got to know the situation. Stay in bounds, young man.
This will be caught just inside the 10. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and that'll make it 2nd and goal. Here's Gore now, running out of the gun. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They've got it 3rd and goal now as they look for that final touchdown to salt this one away. Here's Henry. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. And the 14-year trusty veteran able to knock it through. And that will push the lead up to double digits now at 10. A big one there. That gives them a little cushion and makes it a two-score game.
Yeah, bled a little time off the clock, put some points on the board. It's not totally out of reach yet, but it has to feel pretty good to them right now because as a defender, you go out on the field and say, guess what? You can put some points on the board, but that won't beat us.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And we have seen a lot on the scoreboard here in this quarter. So sometimes you talk to me about tendency breakers on offense. These defenses struggling. Are there tendency breakers on defense?
All defensive coordinators keep something in their hip pocket for these types of situations. What can we do to slow down the onslaught? But the biggest thing is making sure these guys encourage each other, pick themselves up, because right now it's been a really tough ball game trying to stop these offenses.
Oh, it really has, especially as of late. Now Allen. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. Nigel Bradham, the linebacker, right there on the coverage.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Allen. Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense, but they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.
Henry, and they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now, I could be in that huddle with that offensive line, and I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. So they come up on 2nd down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on 3rd down. So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers, and they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of... But now, it's about taking the ball away. Taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways in this one, and it led them to victory.
So for Pittsburgh, they make amends for their Week 1 loss by winning their home opener. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the San Francisco 49ers. Meanwhile, for the Seahawks, they'll drop to 0-2. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.
come and get some. See, tell your mama and tell your daddy and tell the whole damn world it's Madden territory. Tell your mama and tell your daddy and tell the whole damn world this is Madden territory. Come get some if you want some, but you ain't bad enough, so you can't take none. I'm Big Snoop Dogg, and I'm the only one. And when it comes to Madden, all y'all fools my sons. Haha, bag up off me and watch you lose. Snoop Dogg is on the mic, I'm giving Madden blues. And if you choose to run up on me, you gon' get laid out so fast, cause I can get you with the run or I can hit you with the pass.